All right, guys, this is episode 3. I just did 16 minutes of editing footage. I didn't do any editing footage today, so I felt bad. So I'm trying to get this done one a week extra for this whole pool season. I'm trying to do like a season, whole bunch of stuff in a row, and add some entertainment in instead of just being dry, like, hey, fix this, don't do this, this is how you fix. And it's just kind of dry educational, but I want to be a little more entertaining. So we'll see how this season goes, and if people jump in and out and talk, ask questions, or give me advice or whatever, participate. I might do a live if people start to participate. But I didn't have any opening footage video. So I took all the video that I did for the DE filter, and I made this now episode 3 that you're going to watch now. But I didn't have an opening credit. So me and Meadow, she passed out already. Me and Meadow are editing film. Want to show you. So I'm just editing film in bed, next to the kid. Got the air conditioner on. The other one's laying on the floor because he's got dark hair. The long hair. He doesn't go outside because he's got black long hair, man. He gets overheated real quick. But editing video, trying to get this out for you guys immediately. All this pool stuff. Can't fake it. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. I don't like this filter. It's giving me problems. It's gonna be funny. Check it out. Oh man, I thought I had him. Whew. And I beat his butt for like 3 whole rounds. And he got me in that armbar. I had to tap out. Whew, this filter. And then when he was done, he was gloating and took his top off. I was like, oh, I didn't know your top came off. I forgot. All right, so let's see where we're at. Good. Okay, so the little top thing came off. I forgot about that. We got a bucket. We're gonna go ahead and put some clean water in this and maybe a cup of bleach. And then we got most of this stuff off. Now there is this stuff that's still on here, but we got most of these flakes, this crap off. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this after we fill it with water and put it down in here and make sure all the little legs get in there. Make sure all the little legs. I said make sure all the little legs get in there. You see 3 times, all right? And just let that soak for 24 hours. Come outside and see about where you're at. The water's gonna be filthy. The little tentacles might look clean, but it doesn't mean they're clean. I would do this twice. I would do this, dump the water, hit the tentacles with the hose for a while, do it again with like half the bleach you put in. So I'm gonna do a cup, and then we'll do a half a cup tomorrow. Let it soak again because it's been like 2.5 years.
and then see what it looks like after that. Now there's one more thing I think you can do, and we talked about that, and that was the muriatic acid, but I'm just scared to do that because if I screw this thing up, I'm not buying another one of these because it's too hard to deal with. I'm gonna have to drop $1,000 to buy a filter, an element filter, and then we're gonna lose $1,000 off the pool build because we're close to 7,000 right now. If we drop 1,000 on a filter, we only have 2,000 left, and it's not gonna give us enough, you know? So please comment down below and tell me what to do and how to do it and how it's worked for you, because if it's worked for you, it'll work for me. All right, so it's a little windy today, but I got to get some more work done on this pool because it's nice and sunny out, but hey, we got to deal with it, you know what I mean? So hopefully you can hear me. If not, I'll try to adjust the audio. I'm learning all kind of new stuff. So I had to take the hose out of the pool and put the nozzle on here so that we can clean the filter off. I had the filter drain soaking in bleach, and you can see it really looks a lot cleaner on the bottom, but the top where I couldn't get my hands in there to knock it all off, there's still a lot of algae. So we're going to try to knock that off with the hose, and I found a little trick that works. So since this has a little spike in it, I'm just gonna stick it on the garbage can just like that so it won't fall over. Then we're gonna hit this with the hose real quick, go at it. Let's get you in here so you can see what's actually going on. Yeah, I can see it's turning colors already. Difference you can see. So I'm gonna have to get a little close up when I do my editing because I want you to see, look how much algae's on here now. And we just spin around to the place where I just cleaned. And I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but for the first cleaning after 2.5 years, it's looking pretty good. So I really don't know if they make a chemical to clean this or not. I haven't done a lot of research. I did a couple years ago, but I can't remember. So if you remember or you have one of these, please comment down below and tell me what I need to do. If I'm doing this wrong or I'm doing it right, give me a thumbs up down below. Wow, look at the difference. Look at the difference. And if somebody tells me that there's an easier way to clean this without getting myself totally soaked, I'm gonna give you a shout out on the next episode of the pool project, because this takes a lot of time, and then you have to wait for it to soak a whole day, and then another whole day. I'm gonna soak it again after this to kill any more algae. We're gonna do this all over again because I'm learning. So if you hook me up, I promise you I will plaster your name across my screen for at least 10 seconds with a shout out. Yeah, I should have brought my sunglasses out here and getting all the water in my eyes. So I've noticed that this is taking a long time, and I have to, it's easy to get the ones on the outside, but even 2-3 in, it's still got so much green on it, and I have to keep bending them to get every little spot and turn and burn. I'm probably gonna be out here for over an hour just spraying this down. Someone please help me out and tell me there's gotta be a better solution than this, you know what I'm saying? So this is about as good as I can get it right now, just by scrubbing it with my hand, because I don't want to break any of these socks, because then you got to take all these little bolts out and then take the tube out and then re-sleeve the tube with the sock, and I'm trying not to do that. That's why they say to don't use a power washer on this, but I used a really weak electric power washer on it last year on low, and it came out great. It looks pretty decent even on the inside here. There's like 50 of these things you gotta clean. This is terrible. I'd rather have 5 little kids I'm taking care of than wash this octopus thing. But we still have the bucket of the Clorox bleach that I put in. It really smells Cloroxy still. And there's not too much. It looks like there's more pollen in the bucket than any chunks or anything else. So I'm gonna dip this back in and let that sit for a few hours, do some more work around the pool. Then I'm gonna come out and just give it a rinse one more time, and then we'll see where we're at before we install it. And then I'll show you how to install this, because I didn't show you how to take it out yet. And now she's soaking. All right, so I did a second soak for a few hours, and I did another brushing, and I mean, it's a little tiny bit green down in there, but it looks way better than it did. So we're gonna go ahead and put this bad boy back in. So gotta make sure all the little legs go down and then set it on here. Then we have to put the lid on. Alright. And the lid has to set a certain way. There's a hole that comes through here, so we have to find that. There it is. Now this is the backwash pump. I have to find the little pin to go in here. I forget where I put it. I'm just gonna connect it up here. Screws on to the pipe, so I have a quick disconnect. Now this is the huge pain in the butt. There's like 15 bolts and nuts that go around this whole thing. It just takes forever to get it back together and put it on. That's why I want another pump. I think this pump is really old. I mean, it is made by Hayward. It's a good pump, but it just, if it's gonna work, then we can save some money. I'm gonna run it for 1, 2, 3 years, whatever we can get out of it. But these are the screws. So when I got it, the screw went down in, and then these screwed up through, but I do it the opposite way. It's easier to push up through like this and see the little top piece and unscrew it, you know, instead of trying to get your hand up in there, because there could be spiders and there's all kind of stuff in this box because I have a lid. But I'm going to show you how long it takes to do this. So that's just one. I'm gonna put all the rest of them in, and then I'm gonna tighten them up after. Now you don't wanna tighten them up one at a time as you go, because it might pinch this end down and then it won't connect right on the other side. It's kind of like putting a tire on a car. If you ever did your tire. What you should do is put them all in hand tight and then do a star pattern. So do one here, then go to the corner and the corner. Now you got all 4 corners in, and then just keep jumping around until you tighten them all, and then go all the way around one time. Like start with the one with the handle so you know where you're at, then go all the way around one time and make sure that everything is secure. I have no idea what the torque is on this. I just put them on hand tight and then give it a little quarter turn. All right, so here we are again. Me and Meadow. Meadow's out here playing while I'm trying to fix the pump. So we have water coming into the pump. Now, it was pushed all the way up to the top, but now I see a little tiny bit of air in the top here, which means that this is getting a little more clogged. I absolutely hate this DE filter. It looks a little small for the pool, but it says it does 65 gallons a minute, so that's great. I have tried backwashing it with this little pump thing, and then it comes out here and goes into the dirt or into the grass over here, which is kind of good because all the algae and dirty water feeds the grass. Right, Meadow? Come here, big girl. My little helper. Come on, honey. You gotta help me with the video. I can't do it all by myself. Yeah, people want to see you. So, where we're at here is every time I put the DE into this thing, the water doesn't circulate. Now, when I go out to the pool, when I feel the little thing down here, when I don't put the DE in, I can feel nice pressure coming out. See the little bubbles? I just opened the relief thing on top of the filter. It's not pushing any air, water up through the top. So it sucked in a little bit of air. That way I know it's getting clogged because my meter doesn't work, the PSI meter, but I can feel it. So if I stick my hand in there, it pushes it away. I feel pressure. But as soon as I put the DE in, it clogs up. I feel no pressure, and it's running what's called a dry pump. The water just stays in the pump and just continues. It doesn't suck any from the bottom. Now the water does look a lot more clear and blue than it did. It was black.